an install for automatic or keyless entry on my Tacoma. My heater is still going because it's freezing outside and my garage is cold. So to get the door card off, there are 3 screws you have to undo. One here, one under here, and one up here. There's also a little clip in here that you have to get a little pick in, and then you just pull it out. Of course, I'm gonna try to do this without shooting the clip into the great blue yonder, because that's what always happens with my clip whenever I do this. Because yeah, they're a little fidgety. Yep, there it goes. See this little guy? Take him off, take the door handle off, store all this stuff accordingly so it doesn't get lost or stolen or misplaced, which is all the same. Then there's a little clip inside of the door handle, holds the Phillips head screw. Go ahead and remove it. Store it accordingly as well. And then I like to come in right about here on the door and then pry this off. This is probably gonna be your hardest thing to remove. Once you remove it, it's not too bad. Go ahead and then pop this Phillips head out that's in here. It'll either come with your screwdriver, stay in. I usually will try to leave it in so I don't lose it. Because I'm going to take these and put them elsewhere out of my way so I don't accidentally break something. The last thing to do is, let me adjust you. See up there? There's a little piece that covers the mirror. Sorry, I'm still trying to get your setup right. Yeah, you can kind of see it now. There you go. That's better. Yeah, so this piece literally will just pop right off. And then once again, store it in a safe place. Over here on this left side of the door, there's a nice little place to get your hand and then give it a good pull. You'll hear a pop, and then you should be able to just pull it off. And I almost lost that screw. And that's the door card. Looks like someone's been in here in the past, but that's all right because we're gonna do some modifications to this truck. I am going to be installing keyless entry into my truck, or keyless lock, so that way I can unlock my truck without having to insert the key in and then press the button. So, or insert the key and turn it and then unlock that door and then reach over and unlock the other door. I'm going to do it where it unlocks both of them at once via a kit I bought off eBay with these little actuators and dowel rods and everything. The Tacoma has a weird setup. Normally there's like a little unlock lock lever in the corners of the doors. The Tacomas don't have them. They have all just a cable to this mechanism. So what you have to do is you have to buy a kit that basically allows you to strip this plastic off of the door, and then you can install a cable bracket holder. So that way you can, well, trim it, get rid of it, and then basically connect your pins to it so that way you can lock it and unlock it. So I'm gonna cut away, I'm gonna install this, I'm gonna get some of this mounted up, I'm gonna get the actuator mounted up because this takes quite a bit of finesse and tuning to get right. But typically this is where I'm gonna put it. I got a bolt hole right here or here that I'm gonna try to mount to. That way I can have a solid platform. And then I'm gonna strip this, and then when we come back, hopefully, when I bring you back I should say, you'll see all of this is installed, and then we'll go on to the next step, which is installing the wiring harness that goes through the door harness into the door to then hide all of the crappy wiring, or hide all the wiring and make it nice and pretty, because I would like to have a clean install on this door. So I'll bring you back in a minute once we're all set up and this actuator's all installed, and we will get into the wiring of the truck. All right, I'm gonna show you how I get the wire through the door easily. So there's a rubber little like joint that comes from the factory. What I do is I pull it out a little bit and I try to run my own singular, like a fish tape wire or something that I can get in there to get be able to tape on the other end and pull it, and then you can see how easily it comes through by just doing that. So I'll show you the rest of the door thus far, what I've gotten. So there's the door lock actuator bolt. It's screwed in. It's zip tied up there because I wanted to add a little support to it. That cable, or that bracket, is bent out just a little bit so it doesn't catch anything. And it's got some play, but it will unlock and lock it easily and accurately all the time. So now I just need to take this wire and run it up through the door right here, and then connect it to here, and then I have it wired. Then I gotta get power. Sorry, let me get you angled in here. Then I gotta get power to the module, which is on the driver's side, and finish up everything, zip tie everything up, make it nice and neat, nice and tidy. So with that, I'm gonna pause, and I will bring you guys back once I have everything. I'll bring you back on the other side when I start the driver's side and get that set up so you can see the passenger and the driver. I always start on the passenger because it's, well, easier. If you mess it up, it's the passenger side. If you mess up something on the driver's side, it's a big deal. So you might notice that it's a little bit neater install than this one. So, all right, I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, I got it wired up. This is how the passenger side turned out. Still got, sorry, gotta look at my hand. Plastic still there, not too shabby on it. That was loose as we saw when we came apart. It was actually too short. The wires were too short for my truck, so I had to extend them about a foot. So if you buy your own kit, I would maybe go and spend 30 bucks on a couple reels of cable, just so that way you have anything in case you need it. Got that nice and tucked in and tidy. You gotta trim a zip tie or two and then put the panel back. But sorry for that shaky hands. Got it all wired in. It goes from the from that little grommet and the firewall, or actually here, let's start at the, I gotta watch my parents' dog, and my pop's over there just chilling. So, alright, let me get this tripod off this camera so I can actually get you in there and show you. Oh, are you gonna show me? There. Okay. So, in here I have my little module tucked in. All my wiring's nice and neat. Goes up here, across, and through the back. and then it goes up and out up there. Goes into the door over here, goes through the door, and then this is how the sorry for the shaky, I'm trying not to do this, but there's no real good way of showing you what I've done unless I am holding it. So the wire comes in from there, goes up through the little door wiring harness from the factory, goes up around straight and goes into there. I've taped up the ends just to protect them from moisture and to keep them solid. And then it goes, of course, up to the latch mechanism up to there, of which operates function correctly, and the windows go up and down, no problem, because you do gotta watch the screws that you mount in, so that way on all portions, that way they don't damage anything. I got quite a mess in my truck I gotta pick up now, but that's getting keyless entry, and I mean that's the unlock block. I don't have a push button on the door cards because I didn't opt for that, because I didn't want to drill holes into my factory door cards, because I really just don't think that that's a good look to it. I would much rather go and buy the OE ones with the door lock and power window and then do it. Well, now that I've got the 4 wires, or the 5 wires for this, it's basically like a factory system, so I can just tap into the wires that I've already ran and run the Toyota factory control module, and basically then I have my door locks, since I have my power and everything already done. Oh yeah, I just remember this. My power goes up and through. I did something clever with my neutral. So you see down there that yellow tab. So where that bolt is going to is the factory Toyota ground. So I literally just tapped into that and put it on the same bolt, so I know I have a solid grounding system here. Because that is one thing that can bite you in the butt, is a bad ground. And as you can see, you can get these wires need to be extended, but that's not my fault. That's the previous owner did that to me. The wire comes out, it's hidden under the factory wiring harness, comes up, and you re-zip tie all of these, and then gets put with the other wiring harnesses. So I've got my snowplow, my trailer brakes, and now my door locks, which is awesome. So with that, guys, okay, let's back up. I got my Tacoma. I'm going to put it back together and finish it up, and then we should be good to go with the factory, or with the aftermarket door lock actuator kit. Hopefully it was helpful. Putting the door cards back on are pretty much the same way. I'm just just talking, basically. Putting the door cards on are basically the same exact way, except the only challenge is getting that clip that we had trouble getting removed, putting it back on. It kind of fights you trying to get it onto this clip, but other than that, it's just the reverse of what we did, taking it off. So yeah, hope you guys like this video, like the learning, or like the retrofitting my base model Tacoma with factory options that make life easier for me, because it's getting annoying having to unlock it with the key every time. Now I can just push the button and it will unlock. So with that, we're gonna call it an evening, and I'm gonna go get some food and take care of the puppies, because I think they're hungry and thirsty. So I'm gonna have to go do that. So thanks for hanging out and wrenching with me while we enjoy this wonderful day, and toodaloo.